fellow judges and audience. We are the Endeavors and we are from Swiss Cottage Secondary School. My name is Dinesh.
And I am Rohit.
Today, we are going to be taking a look into this scientific oddity and phenomena named Bloodfalls.
You may be wondering, why is this phenomenon named Bloodfalls? This is mainly due to the fact that it looks like the glacier is bleeding, so its overall feature is known as Bloodfalls.
That's right! Now we will further elaborate by explaining the misconceptions of how blood flows are formed. When scientists first observed this phenomenon, they attributed this strange color to the growth of red algae. However, this is not the actual cause of its coloration.
Moreover, scientists attributed this to a volcanic origin, as the Bloodfalls is close to a dormant volcano, Taylor Valley Cones. But this is also not the case.
The reason this phenomenon exists is quite unusual. Its origin dates back to approximately 3 million years ago when the global sea level was way higher than it is now.
At that time, a large patch of seawater existed in the adjacent fjord where the Bloodfalls are present today.
However, the climate cooled down and the ice age began approximately 2.4 million years ago.
This caused global sea levels to drop, causing the seawater to be isolated. At that moment, a large glacier advanced over the patch of seawater, trapping and burying it underneath the thick layer of ice.
During the initial advance of the glacier, also known as the Taylor Glacier, the ice carved away at iron-rich volcanic rock.
Thus, loose pieces of iron were transported into the lake, much of which ionized within the sea water.
The water at the surface of the newly buried seawater soon froze over as it contained a low amount of salt.
This caused the underlying water to become even more hypersaline.
As this process repeated over many thousands of years, the water became so hypersaline that it could not even freeze at negative 18 degrees Celsius or 0 Fahrenheit, as salt molecules block water molecules from packing together when the temperature is lowered.
This iron-rich brine remains more than 2 million years in an environment which was completely devoid of oxygen. Thus, the concentration of ions present within the water was unable to be oxidized.
However, during the last interglacial period, where humans spread around the globe, the Taylor Glacier greatly retreated.
This allowed for sections of the brine to flow through cracks in the overall structure.
Once this ion-rich hypersaline water came into contact with oxygen, it almost instantaneously turned bright red.
Bloodfalls represents the first time the aforementioned water has come into contact with oxygen in more than 2 million years.
The brine sauce pool of water it originated from is not red, as its coloration is caused by an oxidation reaction upon release from beneath the glacier.
Oh yeah, do you know that the Bloodfalls has a very interesting feature? It is what's been found living there.
That's correct. For 2 million years in a salty liquid habitat that probably tastes like roofing nails with no light or breathable oxygen, a community of microbes has found a way to survive that scientists say has never been observed elsewhere.
By using iron to breathe, the bacteria actually seem to get their energy from the sulfur, much like those found in deep sea thermal vents, which they are properly related to.
At Bloodfalls, they respire by breaking apart oxygen-sulfur compounds called sulfate, but then the leftovers of this reaction interact with the iron in the water to restore these sulfates.
Essentially, recycling the organism's sole energy source. Pretty slick, right?
The fact that organisms can survive like this has all kinds of implications for understanding the capacity for life not only on other worlds but also in Earth's distant history.
Such as during the so-called snowball period when much of the planet was thought to have been covered in ice some 700 million years ago.
This is the end of our presentation on the Bloodfalls. We, the Endeavors, Hope that you, the judges, and fellow audience understand this phenomenon.
Thank you.